name is Juan Diego, and today we are going to get about a very interesting subject about nootropics. So let's get to it. In a world obsessed with productivity and competition, a new frontier has emerged. Drugs that don't just treat illness but enhance mental powers. These are called also nootropics, the topic of this video, or smart drugs. And their rising popularity raises an urgent philosophical question: to what extent should medical ethics guide the development and use of nootropics? So, let's first start with my thesis. In this video, I argue that medical ethics must guide the development and use of grounded but utilitarian development.
Nootropics include a wide range of substances: caffeine, nicotine, prescription drugs like modafinil and Adderall, and even experimental compounds. While originally intended for their therapeutic use, the drugs are increasingly used healthy individuals to boost mental performance. This shift to therapeutic enhancement blurs the line between medical necessity and self-optimization, raising new ethical concerns.
So, this is my thesis statement. In this video, I will argue that medical ethics must guide the development and use of nootropics through a robust framework, grounded in both utilitarian and deontological perspectives. This framework justifies cautious encouragement of enhancement, but not only under conditions that ensure informed autonomy and minimize harm and promote justice. So, what does this mean? Okay, so let's just start with the utilitarian ethics. Let's begin with utilitarianism, the view that the right action is the one that maximizes overall well-being. Nootropics improve cognitive ability, productivity, and quality of life. And these benefits outweigh the harms. Then encouraging their use could be seen as an ethical justifier of, for example, a student using modafinil to stay focused during exams might perform better, experience less stress, and reach their academic goals if their outcome proves that the persons without using it in the utility is positive, So, you might ask, what's the method of validation? To validate this, we need empirical data, long-term clinical studies measuring psychological health, cognitive function, and side effects in healthy users. Comparative studies could assess whether enhanced individuals contribute more effectively to social or professional environments. Like this example. Okay. So now let's get about the deontological ethics. Now, from a deontological perspective, ethics is not just about outcomes. It's about duties and principles. Deontological would emphasize the duty to respect autonomy and avoid harm, regardless of utility. Giving people the right to choose nootropics honors their autonomy, but the right is only meaningful their choice is informed and free from coercion. What does this mean? And the duty of non-maleficency requires that we do not expose individuals to unnecessary risk, especially when bringing term effects are unknown. For example, you have free will to choose nootropics, but is it actually good? You have to take the harms and leave aside the utility in this case. And you might also ask, what's the method of validation for this argument? Well, this requires more than just scientific data. It involves establishing ethical review boards, informed consent protocols, and clear communication about risks. We must also ensure that regulatory agencies are not pressured by market forces to approve cognitive enhancers too quickly. For example, publicity, ads, everything just boosts this, so we have to take that in account. But this argument assumes all enhancement is equal. Tools like glasses don't alter or neurochemistry drugs do. Moreover, if enhancement becomes necessary to stay competitive, the freedom to choose becomes an illusion. That's not autonomy, it's concession in disguise. Review. Ethical framework must distinguish between argumentative by external tools and internal biochemical manipulation, specifically when long-term effects are unknowingly access is unequal. Hi, nice to meet you. I see you are brand new to all this stuff. So, well, let's start with this. The ethical use of nootropics, more than just curiosity, it requires caution and principle. Utilitarianism tells us to maximize the benefit and reduce the harm. Deontology reminds us to respect autonomy, avoid coercion, and uphold fairness. We just not abandon the wisdom of medical critics just because the drugs are new. Instead, we must update our framework to meet this moment. So, with all this said, nootropics may change how we think, but ethics must shape how we use them. Let us pursue engagement not recklessly, but responsibly, above all, ethically. Amen. Yeah. I'm Juan Diego, and this was a philosophical reflection on nootropics and ethics. It is a topic that challenges your thinking. Subscribe for more videos exploring where philosophy meets modern life. Thanks for your attention. Greetings to my professor.